Hey everybody, how you doing? So I figured I'd just try and do something different, and I figured something fun would be to try and draw on my pad that I have in front of me here. I'm using a lap board with my camera, my quick... What is this camera? I have no idea what this is. My Sony camera that I talk about all the time that has terrible quality. I'm using that to record the sketch, and I have a little LED light that's helping to light it up, so we'll see about how that turns out. And then of course we have the EOS recording me for the video. So I would record the drawing with the EOS, but it's far too heavy for my rig. If you ever want to see the rig, I'll be happy to show it to you. This is just a test of it, as well as just having some fun and chatting with you guys, kind of like I do with my Behind the Easel vlog that you can find on iTunes and on Stitcher. Just look up Artisan Central Podcast, and when you look that up, Behind the Easel will show up as many of the episodes that are available there. Just recorded one today. So, 4th of July is coming up. It's coming up on that time, and I hope you don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and just start drawing. Just to show you guys really quick, I am using Copic markers to do my black and white tones on this character here. You might recognize them. And don't mind me, it's been a long time since I've used these, so I'm just going to kind of mess around, feel my way through this. It's been a very long time. So I hope you guys have as much fun as I'm hoping to have. Alright, excuse me. Anyway, I was going to ask you guys what you were doing for the 4th of July, what your plans were. I'm thinking if you guys enjoy this, make sure to hit the like button, because I would consider doing more of these, of just sketching in my sketchbook. And I would love to maybe answer some of your questions while I do this stuff, and I think that would be a lot of fun. So if you guys like it, please hit that like button and let me know that maybe that's something you'd like me to do more often. You guys know I don't usually pick up the analog stuff, so I would definitely find that really interesting to see that you guys maybe enjoy that along with the digital stuff that I do. I'm going to be doing some different stuff in the near future where I'm actually going to try and teach you guys a couple more techniques, or return to some of the techniques I've told you before and kind of revamp them in new videos, just to kind of get ourselves refreshed with you know, everything we're trying to learn here. And you guys know that I'm trying to take Tim Michael Art's bigger, better, higher places, and we've got wonderful equipment now that I'm able to work with. A lot of it's being used right now for this recording. My recorder on top of the camera itself, the lights. I mean, we've been given a lot of things, and it's been a wonderful blessing. So I'm looking forward to what is the possibility for our future. And I appreciate all the support from my patrons. If you guys want to become patrons, you can find out more at patreon.com/TimMichaelArts. I'm not really going to try and talk about that too much in this video, because I'm just here to kind of chat with you guys, like I said, like I do in my vlogs. And you know, I'm just here to have some fun this time. Usually, you know, I get very serious when I'm doing my stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to say and how I want to say things, and it's a brain teaser. By the time I'm done, I feel completely tired out. I feel like I've been talking forever, and in the end, it's just kind of like, well, is this going to be worth publishing or not? And I don't know. So with this one, I'm just gonna wing it and talk about whatever I want to talk about. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will consider maybe doing a few more of these in the future, where we can talk more about whatever, and I can answer some of your questions when I can't get to them on the podcast, because we have such great people on the podcast, and I don't have time sometimes to go to the YouTube Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box below, and I will look forward to seeing them and hopefully answering them at some point. I love Copics, or Copics. A lot of people say Copic. Now, let me say, a lot of people say Copic, but I did some research today, really quick on my phone, because I love these Copic multi-liners. And if you use Google, where's my phone? I'd love to show you. Okay, so I have, whoopsie, sorry, I'm just throwing it all over the place. I have Google on my phone where you can do the voice activation thing. So let me go ahead and show you guys. I'm going to say, okay, Google. Copic multi-liners. Okay, now you're gonna like prove me wrong. When I did this search before, Copic or Copic multiliners did not show up. It was like Kobe Steakhouse or something. So Copic multiliners does work fine. I don't care. Google's smart. Whatever. I don't care. I'm trying to prove a point. Now it's gonna be like, we're gonna mess him up and have him like mess up mid-video in a large video that's gonna go out to everybody. Boy. Anyway, I did a search earlier and it didn't work for Copic, so I'm like, okay, Google, Copic multiliners, and it's like, oh, I know what you're talking about now. Ding! Here's your search for Copic multiliners. You know. Which, if you look online at this point in time, they're selling for about $25, which is not bad for quite a large pack of them. I don't mess around with inking very much these days. These days I do a lot of stuff more like I'll ink with my computer, or I'll ink with my pencil, where I won't focus as much on doing inking where it will need something more than the pencil, because I usually don't take my analog stuff and take it digital, and if I do, it's usually taking a picture that I've taken on my Instagram, so it's a low resolution, and then I'm just going to draw over top and restore it digitally online. So usually I don't work much with inking off this system, but it works well, and I am just having so much fun with these Copics. Oh boy, guys, so much has been going on. We just got back from our trip in Sanibel Island, and you can see that on the video that will hopefully pop up somewhere around here, and if it won't, it'll pop up at the end, and you guys can click on it and take a look if you want to see some behind the scenes. Had a lot of fun with my wife, and really enjoyed going someplace that we've obviously never been to before. Very, very cool time that I got to spend with her. Got to go to the beach, and I got to get lost. A lot of crazy things happened on the way there. We missed some turns, and a couple funny things happened that I tried to include in the video, and if I didn't include them, I apologize, but a lot of things just were an awful lot of fun, and it was just a really great time to bond with my wife. You get so... itchy leg. Sorry, guys. You get so into life, marriage, work, everything that goes into, life in general. You often forget to spend time with each other. Or if you do spend time, for me, I spend time by drawing here at my desk, and then she sits in this chair literally right next to me over here. And that's how we spend time together. And she's a very, very patient woman. And sometimes you find yourself only talking about work-related things or budget-related things or whatever, and you need to escape from it all, and you need to get away. And so that was why we decided we were going to go to Sanibel Island. We planned this a while back, and she's been saving very, very patiently so we could do it. And we got up and went, and it was exactly what the doctor ordered. During the time, we got to have some very nice chats, and the internet was pretty much down for the first night and for the following morning, and we didn't get Wi-Fi hooked up until later on in the trip, and we were only there for 2 days or whatever. But when it came down to it, I mean, that's time that I spent with her, not looking at my cell phone, not playing with Instagram, not looking at other things, and that's something that obviously needs to happen so that you can get time in with wifey. So I'm glad that worked out, and I'm glad we had a good time, and she is now on the prowl for something else that we can do and together for another vacation. But at the end of the year, we're going to be heading to Montana for Christmas, and that's something we didn't do last year, and the year before that we got married in Montana, so hopefully we can make that a trend and kind of go up once a year. Love to take her up back to Montana once a year when she misses her family, but certainly would love to go at least once every other year, at least, and that's really pushing it. I prefer far more than that. So what else can I tell you guys about? I've been doing a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to feel my way through this drawing here. Like I said, I haven't worked with Copics in a long time, so I'm just kind of feeling my way through it. I want to try and make sure I get some highlights in here, and want to at the same time fill up his face, because obviously this guy's a big red guy, so he shouldn't have too many highlights. So anyway, What else can I tell you about? If you guys want to hear a little bit about what I recorded in today's Behind the Easel, I talked a lot about money, which I usually do. Talked a lot about being patrons, which I usually do, but not in the same way of trying to get you guys to be patrons, but for those of you who are artists who want to get more business and who want to see how many people are supporting you but are scared to try Patreon, listen to the podcast, and I'll try to remember to include that in the link below. If I don't, leave a comment and let me know so I can take care of that. I make a lot of promises that I don't keep, and that's terrible, so please just remind me and I'll make sure to cover my bases, okay? Let's see if I can go in here with a bit darker. This is the C7 Cool Gray. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very candid, obviously. I'm just doing what I want to do here. Like I was saying, though, if you are interested in trying to find ways to maybe make a few more bucks, you know, and you're in the starving artist fund like everyone else is, including me, then that's definitely something to check out. I'm very excited about a couple things, and I shared them on that podcast. Just different revenue streams that have lit up very, very slightly, and I'm excited about the growth that may come out of them, and I think that would be something that might excite a couple people if you go and listen to that. So let me know if you do, and leave them in the comments down here, and of course ask any questions, and I will look forward to reading them. Thank you for all your great comments that you put down, by the way, though. I really appreciate it. I have a really great time just chatting with you guys and learning about what you like and dislike, and find ways to work with you to learn more. Let's see, which one's this one? This is a special black, so that's more of a pure black. I don't know if I'm going to use any pure black in this. Let's go ahead and see if I can quickly get this jacket a bit more toned out here. I've also messed around with Prismacolors, and I know there are some really great artists on YouTube who use Prismacolors a lot, and I like Prismacolor black, and I like it with, I don't like the nib on these, you know, the wedge nib. I'm definitely a fan of brush nibs. I think that makes it just so much easier to clean things up. And the nibs on these guys are pretty hard, and I like that. It's not like a brush per se, it's a very cushy nib that makes it feel very easy to go with, and I like that. Alright, I'm gonna make a gamble here, and I'm gonna try and color in a little bit more of his face. Danger zone! This is where mistakes can be made. I remember a day a long time ago when I used to finish drawing and I would only get to a certain point and then I would stop because I didn't want to take it further. I was too afraid to mess it up. And let me tell you guys, there is a wonderful benefit to not letting that moment stop you and pushing on even though you're uncertain about what could happen when you continue it. So what? You mess it up, you know? For me, this is one sketch in a series of sketches that I didn't do anything with, you know? And I don't intend to do anything with. This was a study of someone else's version of Hellboy, and I thought it would be fun to try my own attempt. And that wasn't me cussing. I don't cuss. I think the character's cool. I probably shouldn't like the character, but I think the character is interesting. So, what was I saying though? Oh, yeah, push past your fears. Definitely push past your fears. Give things a shot and try new things. Don't be afraid to push ahead. If you mess up a sketch, like I said, this is a sketch that's just filling up one small corner of a large page, and I really can't go wrong if I mess it up. So it's just something that I'm just going to enjoy and make the most of. Let me quickly flip up my filter here, and I want to see what he looks like in blue light. This LED that I have has a filter that takes it from this blue, and I'm not sure what lumen it is, and then switches it to more of a day light. And I kind of like this one more, I think. But I am curious when I look at it in post, just to see what it looks like. So, just food for thought for if I continue these videos. If you do like it, hit the like button, hit the send button, and send button. How about share button? That would be better. And I like the feeling of just opening up with you guys and having a good time. So I hope that this isn't too boring. For all I know, the normal videos that I make may be much more boring for you guys than this is, but I want to find more ways to communicate with y'all. I want to find more ways to feel like we're building a community of artists, and that I can help you guys wherever you need help. And like I said, I do intend to make a series of videos kind of going back to the basics, if you will, and trying to teach a couple techniques that just the basic running through certain programs, or a certain technique. It might mean that I won't do as much finished artwork, because I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, my most popular video is not a video of me drawing something pretty. My most popular video is me drawing something, teaching a technique. And I've had many of you guys come in here and become subscribers because of my video that showed how to blend in Photoshop. And that never became anything finished. I never did anything with that. That never turned into a final piece or whatever. So when it comes down to it, you guys aren't here to see my artwork. You're here to see a new technique, and that's something that I've had to learn over time. And as I've learned that, now I need to run with it, and I need to figure out how to make it better for you guys. So if there's any techniques that I can teach you about that I haven't taught already, please let me know. My goal is to only make Tim Michael Arts bigger and better for you, and because I make it bigger and better for you, the return towards me helps me support my family, helps me pay the bills, helps me do the things like that. But it requires a quality product that you guys need to appreciate. So that's my ultimate goal, and I would appreciate it if you guys can help me out in whatever way you can. I've gone to my patrons and I've said, look, patrons, I am going to, every time I make a new video, 24 hours ahead of time, you are going to get to see it before it publishes. So right now that you're watching this, my patrons have already watched it for 24 hours, and now it's live to you guys. But I've tried to tell my patrons, if you're willing, please leave comments to help start discussions, to help make things more interesting, to help bring more people in. If you like what you're seeing because you're paying money out to help me make these videos, then continue to be that amazing support, and try and leave comments and try and help me to be able to find more content that I can create that's going to make more people have more fun, get into more communication, to make this a central hub. If you guys are into remote control airplanes, there is a group on YouTube, and they're called Flight Test, and I personally feel like they have taken the world of remote control airplanes and have made it their own, basically. If you know remote control airplanes, you probably know Flight Test in one way or another, whether you've seen their planes that have been sold, or whether you've used any of their product or whatever by accident. I mean, whatever the case may be, Flight Test has made a community around remote control airplanes. And do I do any remote control airplanes? No, I don't. If anything, I might do quadcopters, but I usually break them. And if you want proof of that, you can see the review that will hopefully flash up somewhere on this screen. And if it doesn't, once again, just let me know so I can put it in. A review where I did a review of a quadcopter on my secondary channel that then at the end of the review disappeared because I flew it wrong. So, and that's my most popular video on my other channel. So when it comes down to it, I really want to see that we do the same thing. Same thing with Frono's Photo, a guy named Jared Polin. And the guy can be a little foul sometimes. He can say some bad words and things, but he knows his cameras and he knows his stuff. And he has a great guy that works with him named Steven. And these guys just, once the same way as Flight Test did, just took the world of photography by storm and have made it something that, when I think of photography, I think of them. And in the same way that they've done that, I want to do the same thing with digital drawing. I want to do the same thing with whatever God naturally allows to happen because of you guys and the stuff that you help me put out to everyone else. And that requires you to share stuff that you like. That requires you to hit the like button and leave comments and help me get these things started. So if you are not a patron, you can't afford to be a patron, or you just don't want to be a patron, but you are a subscriber and a supporter, then you can still show your support in a big way by going the extra mile there and, you know, hitting the like button, leaving comments, and especially hitting the share button. So I would greatly appreciate that. I think he looks pretty Beast. Not Beast, he looks more like Hellboy. Beast is kind of a different character altogether, but I think it's kind of cool, and considering I haven't touched my Copic markers in a very, very long time, I'm pretty cool with this. Let me see if I can make his eyes look a little bit more natural here real quick. Just kind of get some shadow on the top of the eye because of the eyebrow. That's a dangerous place to play when you decide that you're going to color in the eyeballs, but I think that adds a lot of quality to the image, believe it or not. Let me quickly see if I can dull in just a little bit more. Like I said, dangerous place to play. Alright, I think that'll do. Maybe I'll just put some quick backdrop behind him and call this drawing done. I just want to have fun. That's why I made this YouTube channel in the first place. I was always looking for fellow artists and people who would appreciate my work. It was a very selfish reason for starting this channel anyway, but when it comes down to it, it really is just so much fun to create and see other people who appreciate what I create, and getting to share and chat with people who are maybe much better artists than me. There is a discussion going on another video that I made called Color Theory According to Tim. It's another one of my popular videos, and there's a discussion going on between some artists over there that could be considered rude, but at the same time is very, very has a lot of great information that I think a lot of people would appreciate. And some of that information that they're providing is information that goes against what I taught in that video. But I've always said I'm not a professional out of college. I'm a professional from experience, and that does not mean that my experience is correct. It just means that it worked for me. There are better ways to do everything that I teach, I'm sure. And when someone else makes those videos, I hope that you find them, and I hope that they're a blessing to you, and that you learn how to do those things that those videos say. But until someone else goes out and makes the better video, these are the fallback, and I hope that you guys appreciate them and that they give you what you need to plow ahead in your own goals and dreams, honestly. So I think I'm about done with this, and I would be tempted to start another sketch, but I admit this is where when I look at everything I've completed here, I really don't want to do anything more to mess it up. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. It's just a very personal time to chat with you. I hope it edits okay, because I haven't edited this sort of thing before, and I'm looking forward to whatever comes out of it. It looks like I may have lost the video on the bottom, so if I did, I hope that you guys enjoy whatever, and I'll be happy to share this with you here. Let me see if I can focus in on this. This is not easy with this camera, but let's see. There you go. That is my attempt of Hellboy. Looks like it's focusing in pretty well. Shooting at a very low aperture, which means it might not show that well. Let's try a bit closer. There we go. Alright guys, so I think that's going to do it. I hope that you enjoyed it, and yeah, leave comments. I'd love to chat with you guys and see what we can do in the future. I'll see you later.